Yeah, we'd like to fill out the paperwork that each of us would need in order to get a firearm here in Massachusetts.
Well, do you want a Firearms Identification Card so that you can own a low-capacity rifle or shotgun, or do you want a license to carry that allows you to own high-capacity firearms and possibly carry the firearm?
A Firearms Identification Card, or I guess you call it an FID, should be fine.
Request denied.
What are you talking about? Both of us have the right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah, we could both pass a background check.
Of course I can deny you too. You're the guy who speaks out against government overreach.
And what about me?
Well, I'll deny your request because of your race.
What? You'll deny my request because I disagree with you politically and you won't give one to her because of her race? That's complete nonsense and a blatant civil rights violation.
Well, of course I wouldn't say that officially. That would be too obvious. Instead, what I can do is deem you to be unsuitable. Or at least that's what I can say if I'm challenged on it. You see, before House Bill 4121, licensing authorities had the discretion to issue or not issue a license to carry, but the issuance of a Firearms Identification Card was statutory. So basically a licensing authority had to give it to you if you applied and you weren't a prohibited person. However, House Bill 4121 calls for FIDs to be issued totally at the discretion of the licensing authority to those who they deem suitable, just like they can do with the license to carry.
Well, what defines suitable?
It's whatever I say it is.
Oh, well, that sounds fair.
And if you disagree with my denial, then you have to hire an attorney at your expense and try to prove that my denial was arbitrary and capricious. But this entire system is arbitrary and capricious.
That's circular logic and makes my head hurt.
Isn't it great? It's what we call reasonable gun control. We sell it to the public as keeping guns out of the hands of criminals, so it makes everyone feel good if they don't look into how this arrangement can be abused. Implemented.
There isn't anything reasonable about it. The system is ripe for political retribution by licensing authorities, not to mention providing cover for race-based denials.
Don't forget sexism too. Some women aren't able to drive very well, so just imagine what damage they could do with a firearm. I might need to restrict them too. For public safety, of course. Welcome to Massachusetts.
Unbelievable.
Of course, not all licensing authorities would abuse their power by doing this, but it's good to know that option is there in case they need it.
Wow. So wait a minute. In Massachusetts, you have to have either an FID or a license to carry to simply own a firearm. So because of House Bill 4121, you can now arbitrarily deny both requests?
That is correct.
If that's the case and you deny both, then there's no way to legally possess a firearm in the state. You just completely stripped an individual's right to keep and bear arms with the stroke of a pen without any type of due process at all.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds like we're stripping you of your right to keep and bear arms without any due process.
Well, what are you doing then?
Stripping you of your rights without any due process?
I swear the next thing you're going to tell me is that I need to apply for a free speech license, and I'll be unsuitable for that as well.
Don't give him any more ideas.